Welcome to the series finale of the Workshop Podcast. I am Patrick Galeri.
I'm Frankie Valentine.
I'm Sarah Billiot.
And this is, as I said, the finale of season one.
Yeah. You said series finale, and I was like, you series finale. I was like, hold on. Is Patrick telling us something?
I'm moving away, far away, to a place with no Wi-Fi.
You already live far away. What the hell?
I'm finally living my dream. I'm not actually moving far away. I'm just like disconnecting my house from the grid.
Understood. As someone fully connected to the grid, I support your decision.
Yeah, I won't do it.
The only thing I'll do is I'll record it and make like a lifestyle TikTok about it. And so you'll see me like going out into the yard to boil my water for the bath in the morning.
First thing in the morning, me and my chickens go out and we share some corn.
Honestly, I just got to do it for 2 weeks, and then I'll have enough followers that I'll only need to do it for 20 minutes every day, and then I just go into my mansion.
Yeah.
There you go.
The long game.
Your mansion that's off the grid.
My mansion is off the grid, yes. It has a lot of, yeah, I don't know, like, who would be well-versed to, like, I guess, like, you could rent out troops of Boy Scouts, but that has some weird connotations.
Hello, yeah. Boy Scout leader John, would you mind bringing 12 little boys to a really remote, random guy's house?
They're Eagle Scouts, so they're probably, I don't know, man. I'm just saying that they'd probably be the best equipped to handle the wilderness and the off-the-grid nature.
They would, yeah.
I'm not saying, again, optically, it does not look good, but...
Push come to shove, they all get the friendliness badge.
Exactly. They get help a delirious stranger badge. It's great.
Yeah, and then Patrick gets arrested.
Yeah.
It was always going to happen, but we just didn't expect for this.
Timmy, what badge did you get on the camping trip? I caught a weirdo badge.
Yeah, trapped a predator badge.
What's his name?
Chris Hansen.
I got the Chris Hansen badge.
No, that's okay. My dream might have gotten out of control. Really, it started from a very innocent place, officer.
Patrick is just like, I just wanted to make s'mores, guys.
I just wanted to live off the grid.
I didn't want a light bill. Do you want a light bill? Because I didn't.
No, when I was younger and more confident, yeah, I totally thought I could do off the grid. And now, at the end of my life, no.
I'm older than you.
So it's the series finale.
Yes, that's why. My next writing is my obituary.
I'll be at his funeral going, he made it to the ripe old age of a single digit.
I mean, he did leave some hints. There were hints.
We'll be reading his will, and I leave the off-the-grid mansion to the Boy Scout Troop 487.
Troop 430.
Well then.
No.
Nothing kicks off a podcast like a little accidental pedophilia, you know?
hey, now we were avoiding that word.
It just doesn't look good.
Now we're definitely struck.
Yeah. I gotta be quiet.
Wow. We did have a topic last week, and we actually all wrote for it, and we're not I'm back on the wagon. We'll see how long it lasts. Our topic was something about, have you ever tried a diet, I believe?
Yeah.
And then it probably said something like, write about it, exclamation point.
Hopefully, because that's what I had down. Word for word.
I am technically spitballing here. It's not in the side of the chat. But it was definitely about dieting.
How do you feel about diets? Have you ever tried one? Did it work? Did it word for you, or did it backfire? Because that's English.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I was close. I think so. I got the spirit right.
Yeah, my students laugh at me because I can't spell, but I'm like, guys, you don't understand. I have undiagnosed bullshit disease. That is part of the leather of my chair.
Guys, you
Huzzah!
don't understand. I actually was really good at spelling, and then this thing called like autocorrect came out, and I don't know. I just had
I
to
went
get
brain dead.
close to the word, and that was it.
Yeah.
They're like looking at the board where our objectives are. I was like, you misspelled objectives. Like, I didn't know. There's a red line under the freaking whiteboard. Calm down, kids.
My
That's how I
fault
feel
that
about
all
the
the
word
vowels sound
restaurant.
like each other.
All right. Well, Patrick.
All right. I guess I will start us off this week. My writing about all my cats are on the couch downstairs. I just got a picture. I'm glad they're comfortable, I guess.
Someone has to be.
Yeah, someone has to be. I should drag that couch in here. That would be a very comfortable way to sit.
We tuned in for episode 1 of season 2, and he's just sprawled out on a couch way away from the.
Actually,
Hey guys! I'll be on my bed.
I bet we'd still be able to hear him better than we can hear ourselves.
yes.
Probably, yeah. when I sit down to edit these at 9:00 at night, like I have to turn Patrick. I don't have to turn Patrick anyway. I have to turn you up a little bit, and I have to turn me down. Cause like it's like I'm Patrick Caleri. I'm Sarah Billy, and I'm freaking Valentine.
That's awesome.
And for our headphone users, and for our headphone users, that was just for you. Have a good one, babe.
Yeah, I love that. I love that I have put no effort into my sound mixing, and yet somehow it's just all right.
Get that natural grace. Like, there's the microphone, there's my mouth. Deal with it.
Honestly, that would be like the one freebie I get, though. It's like, other things are going to be hard, but your microphone on your podcast is just fantastic. So why complain?
Yeah. You think that schedule you guys are gonna made is gonna stick to it? Hell no. Literally, like if I go back and look at the prompts thing, we were supposed to finish February 24th.
Honestly, though, you know what?
Only a month behind.
That's not as bad as you're making it out to be. Only a month. Come on, a month and a week.
You were dying for like 3 weeks in a row.
This is
and
true.
then Patrick had to work for like, I don't know, 2 weeks in a row, no days off. And then he broke his back and he had to build a fence. Like,
hey, good news. The fence is fine. All the posts are finally in the damn ground.
Huzzah!
So the back-breaking labor is done. Now it's just like the arm-breaking labor. But
now you finished breaking your back. Now you can break your front.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean it's that's huge because then all the panels go up, and I don't know. I think I'm done with projects forever.
feel that.
Oh yeah. I always say that once I finish a crochet project, I'm like, oh, pretty colored yarn. I have hooks. Let's do this. And I got like 15 unfinished granny squares just hanging out in random spots in the house.
I think after a little bit of time, I will be more excited to jump back into other things. It's just the sheer amount of work that went into it, and especially like I can't store it all at my house because it's too much lumber. So I got to just buy it as I go. That's trips to the store, trips home. I mean, I don't get nearly done what I should in a weekend. So the fact that it's taken like 12 sucked.
Is it like a privacy fence though? Like not?
Yeah, it's just a 6-foot privacy fence.
Well, the first time you get to sunbathe nude in your own backyard, and no one's gonna be like snapping paparazzi pictures, just laying there sunburned as hell. Like, worth it.
It honestly will be because where we are in the neighborhood, Sarah knows, it's like at the intersection of like 3 roads.
Yeah.
So no matter what, someone is driving by. So I'm just going to be so happy to not have someone watching me in my backyard.
They're going to put an overpass right by your house. You'll be out there. Take a picture!
With the amount of people moving to South Carolina, I would not be surprised.
Please don't jinx me. We already have a target. We don't need more.
We got a target. We're supposed to be getting a Costco here. I've heard rumors. Like, I don't know how we're going to do that. We can't get anybody to run the goddamn Dunkin' Donuts right next door. So. I'm so sorry, Patrick. It's your turn.
That's all right. All right. So my dieting story is called Sweeter Than Candy. Yeah. There's got to be a couple morsels left, Clarissa muttered, fumbling around at the bottom of the canvas bag. If she thought it was starting to look worse for the wear, she was lying. It had started looking that way at least 40 cycles ago. A color that used to be blue, now spider-webbed with white capillaries where the weaving shone through. Now, anytime she reached inside, she expected a rip in the canvas to sound its death knell. Yet still it hung on. The lessons one can learn from garbage, she thought ruefully. I want chips, Piper supplied helpfully, the small willowy voice hovering somewhere under her left elbow. Sour onion. Sour cream and onion, Clarissa said gently. Force of habit, that, and maybe not even true. For all she knew, yesterday's supper could very well have been the last pack out there, which necessarily begat the following question. If sour cream and onion no longer existed, and humankind lacked the capacity to create more, then why did she feel the urge to correct Piper about some nebulous Schrodinger's chips? But those questions flirted more with philosophy than hospitality, so she didn't get too far into the weeds with that thought. Sour onion, the voice said again. She groped further into the tattered canvas, her fingers tangled in the frayed polyester of the cinch. The bloody sun had set hours before, and there was no light in the hollowed-out gas station, save for a few candle nubs sputtering on a nearby shelf. A week ago, she wouldn't have to dig down so far, but, well, that had been a week ago. The rest of the shelves were bare, at least where they weren't toppled over in the aisles. The scene reminded her of a nature documentary she'd once seen on carrion birds. How they would strip the flesh from roadkill straight down to the sun-bleached bones. The process itself was messy, but the end result had the effect of making death look remarkably sanitary. So she kept digging, hoping for the telltale crunch of polyethylene packaging somewhere in the yawning canvas cavern. Her pinky finally touched on something that crinkled. Jackpot. I don't know if I can promise sour onion, but maybe we'll get a good barbecue, she said, clutching Piper in a playful headlock when the child made to grab the bag herself. Hold on, I've almost got it. The package felt too small to be a chip bag, but she couldn't remember everything she and Derek had tossed into the sack at their last resupply. Whatever it was, it would hold them over. At least she hoped, right up until the moment she brought it out of the bag and into the guttering candlelight. She stared. Derek looked up sharply from his spot across the tile floor, the bright silver packaging gleaming a reflection in his eyes. What is that? He asked, a lisp hissing through the gap in his front teeth. He tried his best in the way that all tween boys do to sound uninterested. It's, Clarissa rasped, trying to fight down the tide of revulsion that rose like yellow bile. She swallowed hard. It's called chocolate. Chocolate? Piper repeated, trying the word out for the first time. She bent down over Clarissa's hands like a prospector, hands playing with the plastic package of the mystery meal. From the angle, Clarissa could make out the pockmarks of blistered skin on her scalp. What's that? You dummy, you don't know what chocolate is? Piper's tiny hand tightened around the candy bar angrily. Issa, Derek just called me dumb. But Clarissa was barely listening. Stop it, both of you. She managed to croak out the words somehow, but they felt like they came from a different throat. Swallow. Breathe. It's just a goddamn Snickers. Derek, apologize. Why should I? Just because she don't know nothing. You want to eat, don't you? Clarissa said, and regretted it instantly when she saw the panic in the boy's eyes. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Just say you're sorry, okay? He dropped his eyes to the ground, probably more embarrassed than anything. Well, that made two of them. Sorry, Pipe. Well, I don't want to share now, the girl said, drawing up to her full height of 4 feet and crossing her arms like a gray-haired headmistress. Normally that would have made Clarissa laugh. Right now, though, it was all she could do to fight down the nausea, while her stomach did its best impression of an Olympic floor routine. You gotta. I said I was sorry. Now it was Derek's turn to act petulant, sticking out his bottom lip like he used to when he was Piper's age. Issa, tell her. Clarissa took another unsteady breath and folded a trembling hand around the candy bar. I said that's enough. You both get half. That's fair, right? Slowly, the two siblings nodded, though Piper didn't look entirely convinced. Is it good like sour onion? Clarissa chuckled. The overwhelming urge to puke abated somewhat, but it didn't vanish. No, it's not really like that. It's. You know those granola bars we had last year, the cinnamon? It's not exactly the same, but it's in the same wheelhouse. Derek and Piper's eyes turned into saucers. The granola had been dry and weevily, Clarissa knew, but the children didn't exactly judge on the same scale. How could they? That had probably been their best meal in years. Why don't you guys open this one yourself, all right? Maybe you can use one of those shelves in the corner for a table. I don't want to hear any more arguing about portions, or I'm taking it back. Okay, Derek leapt to his feet and swiped the silver wrapper from Clarissa's hand almost before the words came out. Come on, Pipe. Well, that was one disaster avoided. The last thing she needed was for the kids to see her hurling over their dinner. But little Piper, always thoughtful, paused before she followed her brother to the back corner of the dilapidated station, at the outer orbit of candlelight. But what will you eat, Issa? It was getting trickier to answer that, especially as Piper got older. Even as she understood more of the world, though, there were some things that just couldn't be explained to anyone who grew up in the after. Derek crowed over their magnificent find in the corner, and Clarissa knew this night would be a monument of sorts in the bleak landscape of their lives, so she couldn't ruin it for them. But if she was honest, she could have told Piper that even the cinnamon granola bars had been too much. She'd spent the weeks after that meal cramped, queasy, unable to get that horrible sweetness off her tongue. A chocolate bar, that was out of the question. Because Clarissa knew what her young charges couldn't as they grew up in this new world of vacant shelves and bare, dusty ground. The end of the world didn't smell like ash. It didn't smell like fire or gasoline or even iron and blood. In the back of her mind, Clarissa saw the rows and rows of crops growing in manure-glutted fields, baking, boiling, in a heat that nobody could withstand to pick them. She remembered them wilting as their spines folded backwards to the ground and spoiling in the waste. The men and women of the volunteer corps who bore the ultimate sacrifices they tried and failed to bring in the harvest, dying of heat stroke and dehydration, their bodies lying where they fell. Their bloated skin sloughing into the muck, too, until it was hard to distinguish soil from flesh. Flies, carrion, and rotting food all mingling together in the poisoned ground, decomposing into an awful chimeric paste, a stew of overripe crops moldering beneath mounds of overripe corpses. Mass casualties were a rot sweeter than any candy, cloying in the nose, the mouth, the back of the throat. She would spend the rest of her days failing to forget that fetid stew, the smell of sweet death. But instead of saying any of that, she patted the empty canvas beside her and grinned. Don't you worry, Pipe. I've got my barbecue chips right here.
Wow.
That was good.
I did not know where that was going at all.
Yeah.
I didn't really either, to be completely honest.
Oh, good. So we're all on the same page. No.
I kind of thought so, like, whenever I was pregnant, I could not eat eggs or chicken. Like, it would make me so sick. And even now, just the thought of it makes me sick. And so I thought that's kind of where you were going. Like, she's just thrown up a chocolate bar so much that she can't even think about it. And then it turned into, like...
it turned something different.
That's so good that whole paragraph, like in the back of her mind, all the way through the smell of sweet death, like that's so detailed, like, but not overly detailed, like perfectly detailed.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I like the. I was trying to do the, just the aversion to sweetness because of the, obviously the trauma of going through something like that. But yeah, I just thought the only thing I could think of for diet was something along those lines. I couldn't think of anything else interesting. So, yeah.
I like it.
Your world building kicks so much ass, man.
I know.
Like, this is what, 2.5 pages long? And we're in a fucking hellscape dystopia where all the shelves are barren and there are babies so young they don't remember when shelves held shit. Like, this is... And the sour onion thing was too cute. He's like, sour onion. Give me my freaking chips, woman.
Yeah, I was thinking of my niece when I was writing that because I was like, okay, I've been around little kids enough to know how they talk.
Yeah. Yeah, and even the Issa, like,
Yeah.
because no one can, like, a baby can't say Clarissa, so the name Issa just stuck. Because even the older kid calls her that.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm glad that the characterization seemed to come across too, because that was something I was trying to do with, again, in such a short time, just trying to build something somewhat memorable, at least.
Yeah. It reminds me of this thing I saw the other day of a woman whose grandfather everyone called Cheese. And she was like, Grandpa, why do they call you Cheese? And he's like, because of you. I wanted to be called G, but you couldn't say G. You said Cheese. You fought in wars. He was like, I fought in Vietnam. I watched men die, and for the last 20 years, people have been fucking calling me Cheese.
My niece says little as yiddle because I don't know, she just can't say her L, so she goes Y. And so we were all my family says yiddle now. I'm like, man, she's gonna outgrow this, but we're not.
We've adapted to overcome. When I graduated high school, I went to stay with my sister in Mississippi for 2 weeks, and she didn't tell her 2 kids I was coming. And like, me and her son were really, really close, but her little girl was like still really, really young. She didn't really know, like, she knew she had an aunt, but she didn't know me like that. And we didn't tell them I was coming. So when they got off the bus after school, Hunter walks in and he goes, "Hey, Julia's here!" And he dives on me on the couch. And here, her little 4-year-old ass comes and goes, "Oh, Aunt Duty's here!" So I've been Aunt Duty for a while. But yeah, you did a great job capturing the essence of toddler talk. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would devour at least 400 more pages of this world.
I do like how it could lead into more. You know, I like it as a starting point because there's just so much you can talk about.
Yeah.
Like, homie, this is a fucking prologue. That's what this is.
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah. There's a lot more story here than you think you have. It's really good.
I feel like I eat just that one paragraph at the end could be like 10 chapters.
Good news. Me and the anonymous Ibex agree.
All right.
You are an anonymous coyote.
Woo!
Ibex and coyote. That just sounds like a cartoon.
It's an ibex.
Ibex it's like a deer thing, isn't it?
No, it's more deer. Is it?
It's a goat.
Okay.
It's a mountain goat.
Oh, cool. You get to knock me off a mountain in Minecraft. Oh my god. My brain will not accept the words Minecraft. Like, is craft a real word? All I can think about is mac and cheese.
Are you spelling Minecraft like MEINKRAFT?
I think so, yeah. I went to a Quiz Bowl tournament. I went to a Quiz Bowl tournament this past weekend with my school, and I was talking to a kid who's also nerdy as hell, and I was like, "Yeah, I play Minecraft." And then I stopped and I was like, "That's not a real word." And he's like, "Yes, it is." I'm like, I had this internal argument about, no, it's not called Minecraft. It's called Minecraft. What? So
there was a word like that I was thinking. Oh, I was thinking to myself, how many kids are not going to be able to spell Fortnite correctly because they are introduced to the incorrect spelling through the video game? Like, that's going to be a real easy way to date someone's age.
They're going to go to England one day and get stuck and not be able to leave for a fortnight, and they're just be like, "I got to dance to get out of here."
I don't understand. No. How many people do I have to shoot?
Like, how am I supposed to build a bridge out of nothing? I slept through architecture classes.
Oh, God.
So I think I'm next. And
Yeah.
I kind of screwed up really bad because it started off as a short story. It really did. And I'm in here with an anonymous giraffe. I don't know who's already on my piece, but you are a giraffe. And the other, you're an anonymous squirrel.
All right. I'll take it.
But mine morphed into this whole like novel thing, and I am currently at 15,680 words. I will not be reading all of those tonight. I've stopped it somewhere around page 4. So, yeah, I'm just going to read an excerpt. This is the very beginning. So it's called Weighted. And chapter 1 is Dr. Rich's Miracle Diet Pills. I've been the same size since I was 12 years old. I've done Weight Watchers, keto, paleo, primal, starvation, and bulimia. Nothing ever worked until I met Dr. Rich. Dr. Rich was an older gentleman, salt and pepper dreads, with a matching goatee and thick horn-rimmed glasses. He worked tirelessly for months to develop a pill, a tiny little tablet that could not only curb your appetite, but boost your metabolism so much that the fat melts off of you. I got the flyer in the mail on a Thursday. Research subjects needed. Glossy on one side, matte on the other. I was instantly both impressed and intrigued. I walked into the house, still reading the flyer, to see my boyfriend Robbie stretched out on the sofa, a bowl of chips perched on his chest, and a Bruce Lee movie on the TV. "What's that?" he asked, his eyes never leaving the TV. I tossed it in his general direction. "Check it out. One more thing I could try." He picked it up, looked it over, and shrugged. "Fancy enough paper." He held it out towards me. "Sounds sketchy, though. It could be dangerous. You sure you want to be a guinea pig?" He stuffed a handful of chips into his mouth. "I'm not from New Guinea, and I'm not a pig, so what could it hurt?" He stopped chewing and spoke with his mouth full. "You!" I shrugged and sat down on the sofa. He mimicked my shrug. "What the fuck does that mean, babe?" He shrugged again. I shrugged again. "Does it matter?" "It matters to me. It even matters to Gil." He pointed at the orange cat in the corner, curled around a catnip mouse, half of his orange body upside down. "What if something happens and he never sees you again?" I shook my head. "I'll probably get a placebo, be the damn control subject. Got $10 that I'll gain weight from all the Tic Tacs they'll be giving me." I reached into the bowl and stole a handful. Nothing ever works out for me anyway. He put a hand on my thigh and squeezed. I felt my fat crease and winced. "You got me." "Technically, you got me, therefore it worked out for you." He smiled and turned his attention back to the movie. "You're right, sorry." He tossed a few chips at me. "Love you." "Love you." I leaned down and put my head on his shoulder. He was so skinny it almost hurt to snuggle him, but I did it anyway. We watched in silence for a moment as Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris stretched and popped. I crinkled my nose and asked, "Why is Chuck Norris's back so hairy?" "Kung Fu masters deserve warmth too, babe." And if you've ever seen Enter the Dragon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Chuck Norris took off his shirt to reveal he was wearing a fur coat underneath.
It's basically, yeah. It's essentially, it's like a meme at this point.
Yeah.
It is. I haven't even seen the entirety of the movie, and even I know that scene.
I don't think I do. I'm living under a rock.
It's as bad as you would imagine. It's actually worse, probably.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a good intro or good prologue to quote
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm interested to read, like, I think you've pulled us in enough to want to read more to see what the diet pills are all about.
Thank you.
Yeah, because there's so many places you can go with a diet pill. Like you can be, she can get what she wants, which also may not be what she wants. It could have side effects. I do like that you show. the concern from the boyfriend too. That it's not like the cliche, whatever, do what you want. You usually, unless it's a plot point that the partner is shitty, you usually do get very supportive and good partners, which I do appreciate.
Thank you. I get very tired of the I hate my significant other trope, or like the one of them is incompetent and the other one is a fucking genius kind of thing, like King of Queens, like like okay, he's a bumbling fucking idiot, and if she wasn't there, he'd be dead already. Like
what drew you to him?
Yeah. Like, oh my god, look at this idiot. He just drank bleach. He needs me. Like
I know people like that in my real life. Unfortunately.
Sarah, I'm actually really excited for you to get to not that part. I think it's chapter 2 maybe. Yeah, what's this? No. There is a character. I think she's in chapter 2. But I think you'll find her interesting.
Okay.
For reasons.
Vague.
For reasons. Once you get there, you'll know. Is it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's in chapter 2. It's called Sneaking Around.
Cryptic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to read it.
Okay.
My Gil the cat is my favorite character, and I demand more.
Oh, you get more of Gil. Gil is everywhere.
Yeah, more Gil. Gil the cat gets his own spinoff.
It would start on page 36, Sarah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
nice. Okay. I'm excited. I'm interested to see the character development, because right now, like Patrick said, Robbie is very supportive. So I'm wondering, because you see things like, for example, like My 600-Pound Life. I watched the shit out of that whenever I was...
When I need to lose weight, I watch My 600-Pound Life, and when I need to clean my room, I watch Hoarders. That is my motivation. That's my fucking motivation. I don't want to be fat and living in trash.
You'll see people on My 600-Pound Life, and like the people who are overweight will lose weight, and then the significant others are like, "Fuck you! I liked you whenever you were bigger."
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, and I feel like Frankie doesn't normally write characters like that. So I'm hoping that that's not this situation. But I can definitely see it turning into that, since he's like, "What are you like? No, you're great."
Yeah, and to your point too, it's a strong plot point to center a story around, because there's so many different avenues you can take. You could, like you said, even a positive change, some people might take negatively for different reasons too. So it's just really, really got a lot of potential for all the different places you could take it.
Robbie is for it in the beginning. It does have a turning point fairly early, but it's not because he's like, well, I like you better fat. It's a whole, like, as you mentioned, there are side effects.
Okay.
Yeah. So he does remain supportive to an extent, because when you change something about yourself, be it your body, your hair, your personality, anything, there are going to be the ones who are like, hey, what the actual fuck? You're not the person I met 10 years ago. No shit. That's called growth. Grow up. Right. You should try it sometimes. But yeah, no. Robbie actually works offshore. So he's actually on a home stint right now. That's why I realized I was making it like he didn't do anything and she was like supporting him or whatever. I just put leather on my face. This chair sucks, guys.
Like, I get that he didn't do anything.
No, I mean I see where you're coming from, Frankie, but no, I don't think you have to worry about, at least at the beginning, at least in the bit we read, him coming off as like a freeloader. People just have different, especially nowadays, people have such different schedules, not just 9 to 5s, it's completely reasonable.
Because I grew up, my dad worked offshore. Like, he'd be gone 6 months, come home for 2 days, and they're like, hey, you want to come work again? He's like, see y'all in 6 more months. So, like, when he was home, we did things as a family.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when he was gone, it was just me and my mom going, "When's Dad gonna come home?" So, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Robbie is.
excited.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am too, because I have no idea where this is gonna go exactly. I started writing
Those
shit
are the
in this.
best stories, though. Like,
Right?
Yeah,
whenever,
it's
whenever
always
the
it's
author's even like, I don't know where this is going.
yeah, that's kind of happened.
Gotta, yeah. What the fuck did I just do my mouse? I didn't do anything. Okay.
Okay, well, that means I gotta follow it up.
You
You
do.
got it, Sarah.
I
Step
was
by
really
step.
gonna drink today. I don't like this. Okay.
It's an open
I
bar,
was
babe. If you don't want to read it, you don't have to. But I'm
I'm
gonna.
gonna read it. I'm
Okay.
gonna read it.
I'm gonna read it.
Patrick, you are a buffalo.
All right.
Frankie, you are a panda.
Is it because I have the black stuff on my eye? Because
That cultural appropriation.
Okay. What I
I'm
was
a
going
red
for
panda.
this what I was going for this was very like factual and straightforward, but also like the narrator is an extremely unreliable narrator.
Okay.
So
All right, Gatsby, we see you.
we'll see if it came across.
Mhm.
Okay. So it is titled Your Step-by-Step Guide on Surviving Diet Culture. Women, inconveniently, were not built for efficiency. We are soft where we wish to be sharp, metabolically cautious where we crave urgency. Fat is not a flaw, it is a feature. It is a biological insurance policy, a promise that should our bodies ever be asked to sustain life, they will be ready to do so. Unfortunately, most of us are not currently sustaining another life, and yet our bodies continue to prepare as though we too might suffer an immaculate conception. Nice in theory, harmful in practice. Women, by design, carry a higher percentage of body fat and a lower percentage of lean muscle than men. And if we're being honest, we've got the fat end of the stick with God's design. Muscle burns energy, fat stores it. One, a furnace, the other, storage. This is why weight loss for women rarely behaves the way it does in TikTok testimonials or late night infomercials. The Kayla on TV does not disclose everything. Neither does Michelle on TikTok. One is on medication, the other is not eating. Both are disciplined, both are liars. Crash dieting, for example, is often, and rightly, criticized. It is dramatic, unsustainable, metabolically disruptive, harmful. It is also, in the short term, effective. The body will comply, if only briefly, and with the silent resentment of something that fully intends to get revenge later. Men, with their higher baseline muscle mass, tend to lose proportionally less of it under aggressive restriction. Women do not have that luxury. When the deficit ends, because it always ends, no matter how inspirational your social media is, the body restores what it has lost. Lean tissue is slow to return, fat is not. And then the result is familiar. Weight comes back, plus a little more, then a little faster next time, as if the body has learned something that you have not. This is not a failure of discipline. Rather, it is a predictable outcome, which brings us to you. If you are reading this guide on diet culture, it is safe to assume you are dissatisfied with your current body. Whether that dissatisfaction is 20 pounds or 200 is irrelevant because the mechanisms are the same. Math does not care about your starting point, your schedule, or how many times you have tried and, socially speaking, failed. The good news is that weight loss is not complicated. It is, however, incredibly easy to do incorrectly. Most people do, repeatedly and enthusiastically. This guide will show you how to do it correctly. Step 1. Eat when you are hungry. This is the foundation of any sustainable approach to weight management, despite how often it is ignored in favor of rigid schedules and unnecessary complicated rules. Hunger is not your enemy. It is a biological signal that indicates your body requires energy. In theory, this is simple. You feel hunger, you respond accordingly. In practice, it is difficult. Hunger, especially for those on their own weight loss journeys, is not always urgent. It rises and falls. It can be observed and felt without being acted upon, much like many other physiological cues. A racing heart does not always require panic, and fatigue does not always require rest. The body is informative, but it is not always in charge. This is where people make their first mistake. They interpret hunger as a command. It is not. It is a suggestion, one that can be delayed, redirected, or ignored until it becomes sufficiently clear. This allows for more intentional eating rather than reactive consumption. When you do eat, prioritize food that support metabolic stability and satisfaction. Protein promotes fullness, fiber adds volume, fats, healthy fats, provide sustained energy and reduce spikes in blood glucose. Carbohydrates are the bane of a fat girl's existence. They are not inherently problematic, but the body uses them quickly. The goal is control. Eat when you are hungry, but be certain you are actually listening, not simply responding out of habit, boredom, or the mild discomfort of an empty stomach. Step 2, understand the feeling of satisfaction. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. You could try, it would not help. It would make you feel full, disgustingly, memorably full, but not satisfied. Ravenous hunger is not a useful starting point. It feels urgent, but it's not precise. It narrows your thinking, it lowers your standards, and it replaces your judgment with speed. Ravenous hunger is how people overshoot. It's not because they lack discipline, but because they waited too long to begin. Hunger, like most things, exists on a spectrum. You are neutral at a 5. Food isn't interesting here. You are ideally doing something other than eating or thinking of food. At a 3, your body has begun to ask for something. It comes in a quiet twinge, a suggestive growl, a whisper of a craving. At a 3, decisions are still good. At a 1, decisions are out of the window. This is where you stand in front of open refrigerators, eating without thinking or knowing when to stop. You aren't aiming for a score on the spectrum, rather, you're aiming to begin eating before it feels like an emergency. Now, satisfaction, not fullness, operates on the other side of that same spectrum. Fullness is a physical sensation. It can occur alongside satisfaction, but it is not the same thing. Satisfaction is quieter. It happens when you stop enjoying the food, when you notice the first bite was better than the last, when ravenous urgency fades and is replaced with a dullness. Most people miss this. They wait for fullness to confirm what satisfaction has already said. However, dieters tend to do the opposite. It's a psychological response to their anxiety about overeating. They stop early not because they are satisfied, they certainly are not, but because they're concerned about bloating, about calories, about the scale, about which bite might cost them. Both approaches are ineffective. On the scale, there is a narrow window of satisfaction, around a 6 or a 7. You'll notice it. It's a pleasant feeling, a feeling that you know enough. The food tastes good, but you're no longer compelled to eat it. Stop here. You will want to continue. You do not need to. No, you're not full, but you're finished. Step 3, correct the excess. Even with careful attention, there will be moments where you eat past the point of satisfaction. This is not unusual. It does not make you weak. Food is engineered to be compelling. Environments are not always controlled. Decisions are not always made at the right level on the spectrum. Occasionally, you'll find yourself at 9. You'll feel heavier than intended, slothy and gluttonous. You'll be aware in hindsight when you could have stopped. You don't need to feel guilty. You only need to correct. Your body is not a fixed system. It is responsive, adaptable, capable of returning to its baseline when given the appropriate conditions. Most people address excess passively. They wait, they promise to do better tomorrow. They lay in their fullness, waiting for time to resolve what time rarely does. A more precise approach is to intervene early. Remove what was unnecessary. Restore balance before digestion completes, before the surplus of calories is fully absorbed, before your mistake has the opportunity to become anything permanent. Step 4, reset your body. The body does not require constant input. Despite what habits suggest, hunger is not an emergency. Given time, your body will recalibrate, blood glucose will stabilize, hormonal fluctuations will settle, the urgency you felt earlier will dissipate. This is the reset. Most people interrupt it. They feel those pangs of hunger, those soft rumbles in their bellies, and out of habit of responding, they respond immediately. They eat, they soothe, they mistake the absence of fullness for the presence of necessity. They confuse discomfort for need. But there is value in waiting. There is value in allowing the body to return to neutral before introducing anything else into the body. This creates a clear baseline, making future signals easier to interpret and, more importantly, easier to control. You'll feel hunger again. You might even feel pain. This is expected. You already know what to do with it.
Who is this sardonic British man that's turning more and more evil per paragraph? No, I really like your I was thinking this when I read a lot of the lines at the beginning too. You just have a very distinct wit in a lot of your like one lines or just thoughts. I mean, obviously, you've got paragraphs that structure together well. You're good at that, but I don't know. You've got really pithy sayings that are either really funny or dry, or just really somewhat like really surprisingly profound for what you're reading them in. Like I really enjoyed. Let's see. I like the beginning. Metabolically cautious, where we crave urgency, is a really funny, just really clinical, but also kind of humorous way of putting it. I really liked. Unfortunately, most of us are not currently sustaining another life, and yet our bodies continue to prepare as though we too might suffer an immaculate conception. That was absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant. I love that. And you've got so many of those too, where like it's like every third line has some quippy but really good insight.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy that about your writing. Um, and definitely it did come to me. This guy got more and more, I don't know, unhinged isn't the word, more foreboding as each paragraph went on. Like at first I could definitely buy oh, this is positive. I like where this
Yeah.
is going. And it's a really good and gradual slip and slide, I guess, down to the bottom.
It reads more like the cycle of overeating, and I love that because, like, I know I'm definitely guilty at 359 pounds now. Thank you very much. I am, I am very guilty of I'm hungry, not because I need food, but because someone on TV is cooking, and that sparked my need for pasta. Like, I know you said it was an unreliable narrator and everything, but like, I'm sitting here going, hey, that's kind of right. Maybe
Well,
I'm the unreliable one here.
well, I think you did a good job too because you have some sprinklings and smatterings in there, but like to
Yeah.
me, the really big kind of turn on its head moment was a more precise approach is to intervene early, and I was like, wait, what? Like so that really, I think you came across well in that section. Like that really did a heel turn for how you're viewing the piece. And then as it goes on, your body will recalibrate that kind of stuff. The language was detached enough that at the beginning, where it was humorous, at the end it gets really clinical and cold.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's exactly what I was going for. I just felt like it kind of read like a book report. And so I tried to add in like some of that wit, and then I'm like, it still just reads boring. Like
No,
it's
you
not like
definitely,
anything I've written.
and it's not. That's the impressive thing too. Like I like how out of your wheelhouse it is. But yeah, I guess if you did anything, and it wouldn't even necessarily make it better or worse, but I guess if you added, you could step it out further if you want more of the gradual descent. But again, really, you did a really good job at transitioning from the witty, sardonic, humorous to the what the fuck is this guy saying? Like,
Okay.
Did we finish?
I thought you were about to say something.
No, I'm like, I bought into this bullshit, man.
reset your.
Like, it will reset, won't it?
It was just. It's just. Go on, Frankie.
I'm so ingrained in like the dieting culture because, like my character from Weighted, like I have been this size. I've been this size since I was 12 years old. Like, not necessarily this height. Thank God I got a few inches on there, but like I read things like this and my brain is so diluted with actual diet culture that it thinks, maybe I can just not eat for a little while. Let the hunger boil. Like, It's very persuasive. I enjoyed it.
Oh, well, I'm pretty good at writing persuasive essays. So.
You are, no, well, yeah, I mean, you kind of do it for a living. No,
Dear judge.
How do I say dear judge in
for my client?
My client is innocent of being guilty.
I'm impressed with the length of it too, with it not coming across as boring or getting dry. Like it really did. You for someone that didn't want to write this, you did a really good job, and you wrote a decent bit for it too.
Yeah, I didn't find there was anything in it that was necessarily like boring or anything. Like it was an interesting read, even though it does kind of go off the rails. I think that's what keeps the topic interesting. The fact that it veers left. Why left? Like,
And I think you did a good enough job at interspersing stuff that sounded good too. Like that's the trick to an unreliable narrator, an unreliable speaker, whatever, is that you can't make it obvious that they're giving you bad advice. You have to give some, like, oh, I liked the beginning. I liked the part where it's like, don't buy into this. You can eat. You don't need to feel guilty. That's great. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know. Seems like we invented something here.
all I can think about is the skit from Little Britain. Like they have a skit that is it's mocking Weight Watchers. They're called Fat Fighters. And it's like, you can drop your calories by cutting the meal in half. Cut your cake in half. You're now going to eat half the cake. That's half the calories. Are you still hungry? Eat the other half of the cake. It's only half the calories. Like a 0-calorie food, dust. Eat dust. So this is very Matt Lucas coded for me. I thoroughly enjoyed the.
Well, hey, I like that. I like that we were all able to find something to do with it too. That wasn't like I did try a diet and it didn't work. Took us a few weeks of saying no to the topic, but then we're like, all right, we got it.
We got to do it eventually.
One day. I love it. Okay.
All right. Well.
So we do have
your finale, guys.
It is. We do actually have a prompt for our readers because we're not coming back until mid-May, end of May, sometime in May. We may or may not. We don't know yet.
According to Patrick, he's gonna die. So find his replacement real quick.
Season 2, oops, all vaginas.
Forever.
Hashtag down with the hashtag.
Oh no, don't choke on your own hashtag.
This is Twitter all over again. But our final prompt for season 1, write the first chapter of your new book. I've beat you to it by 5. Come on, bitches, get with it.
You can't fold it into one. Can I just cut mine off there and say that's my prologue?
Hey! 2 for 1. Yeah, but like not necessarily chapter 1 because you don't have to write linear. You can start at chapter 20. I have a story that has a fantastic ending. No clue how it starts. Don't know what happens in the middle. But that last fight, the sword fight between the 2 sisters and one's pregnant and in labor, holy shit, it's a great fucking fight. She gets pissed off and slings some amniotic fluid at her right in her eyes. Oh, it's horrible.
Ew.
Let's find out how they get there, that's all.
Yeah.
The finishing touches.
Hopefully there's sex somewhere in there. It's like, otherwise, that plot point's not going to check out,
Hey, Immaculate Conception. That's the age-old fallback. That's been the age-old fallback for 2,000 years.
Right? Drop your shit. What?
I dropped my water bottle.
I know. Your water broke. No.
My Owala. Well, since it's the last episode of the season, we were going to talk about when you're getting to the end of a project and what that what that kind of entails with in terms of editing, going back to look over your work. I don't do it, so there's that. No, I'm just.
Honestly, I've never done it before, so this is all new territory for me. Sarah, would you like to take a point?
I think right now, Frankie, you and I are in the same boat because so you've written probably 80% of your Mardi Gras
Yeah.
novel. I've probably written about 50% of my novel, which doesn't have a title yet. And I think right now we're both going through from beginning to what we currently have as the end
Yeah.
to edit and like I like developmentally edit to like make sure there's no plot holes and like make sure everything flows and make sure like the character progression makes sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where most of the word count comes from because you realize there's a big ass plot hole that you don't know how that happened.
Yeah. Like,
so you have to like write around it and move things around.
It's when you get to a chapter, you're like, yeah, I'm going to go back and add something so this makes sense. And then you go through again and you completely forget about it and you get to the chapter like, oh, shit, wait a minute. So this isn't chapter 5, this is chapter 12. Shit.
And it was his green eyes that made me realize he was my brother. Shit, has he always had blue eyes?
Has he always been a brother? I got a couple scenes to delete.
Everything was based on the green eyes. Shit. No, no. It to me, I don't have a ton of experience. I have done some significant editing on old work of mine, but I always found, as I got to the end of the process for the first major rewrites I ever did, I found that the best advice would be, first of all, you can only identify yourself, but focus on what you know your own weak point to be. If it's plotting, to check for plot holes, do that. For myself personally, and that's something that I think we've mentioned before, it's dialogue consistency and individuality. Like, okay, does it make sense that this character talks like this? You don't want it to. The worst thing is at the end of the day, everyone sounds like the same voice talking to itself. So for me, it was always, okay, does it make sense that this person is saying that, or would it actually be his friend over here that has a bigger interest in, X?
I think I'm kind of cheating that with the Mardi Gras thing because most of the characters are kin to each other. Gator, Simone, Waylon, the triplets. Waylon and the triplets are all brothers. Simone and Gator are their cousins, and they were all raised in the big house with Momo and Papa. So they've got this kind of currency they use with each other. Like one will quip this, one will quip that, and back and forth. And I think I have caught myself a couple times making Celeste, who's been up north for 7 years, have that same kind of quickness to her. Because she is from the area, not necessarily Newberry, but she is from Da Boot, which she gives them hell for saying Da Boot. Because no one actually says Da Boot. They're just making fun of a sign.
I don't know. Victor says it all the time.
Tell that boy stop stealing my shit. But like, there's Gator and Simone run a seamstress place together, and the sign that Simone's mother made for the front of the store says, "Best dressed in the boot." So, so they keep saying it, and Celeste is like, "You call it the boot? Are you stupid?" Like, so I kind of cheated a little bit, but I am very guilty of giving characters the same wit. Because the hardest part about giving characters different wit is because they're all my characters. They're all a piece of me.
Yeah.
I gotta be smart enough to write it.
I feel like that makes it more difficult, though. Like, I feel like, I guess, like, you can quote unquote cheat on the wit, but like making sure that each character still is an individual. And if you're not listening to this book with a full cast, you know exactly who's talking. Right. If you're reading it and it's just dialogue line after dialogue line without speaker tags, you know who's talking.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I feel like that makes it more difficult whenever they are all generally the same.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point, Sarah, too, because that's a technique that you don't have to use all the time. You don't have to use even every other chapter, but there is a good sequence in a lot of works where it is just dialogue. There's no so and said. And I think the difference between someone that has done their work in editing and giving a character their own voice is, like you said, you don't need the tags at that point. You know, once the conversation starts, you're like, oh, this is so and so because he speaks like this or he cares about X Y Z. That's why he's talking about it. And so yeah, it's the danger of if they all sound the same, they're just gonna know. Oh, it's narrator man.
Yeah. Yeah. Narrator woman. Thank
Narrator
you.
woman. That's fair. Fair.
My pronouns are narrator plus. But
Well,
like,
even like past dialogue though, your own style and tonal consistency. You know, for me, big thing. I was writing on a level, 5 years ago when I was writing my big first major thing. I was writing on a level that, I'd say YA maybe a little bit higher in terms of reading level. But I would find that I'm using words that they don't need to be like they don't need to be $5 words all the time. If they are, it looks weird if they're in the middle of a page that it's like, why is this guy using the word effervescent in the middle of this? It doesn't make any sense.
This guy's supposed to be a
Um,
toddler, right? What the fuck? How do you
yeah,
say
yeah,
effervescent? But he
like
says whittle.
Professor X.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, I feel like that's especially whenever you're like really excited about a story. For me at least, when I'm so excited about a story or like the voice of a character and I'm like, "Oh, this character is just like so smart. Like I'm going to be able to do so much with this character." And then I open up that freaking thesaurus. That's when I got to go back and edit and be like, "No one would say this in dialogue, and they definitely would not think it."
this isn't even a turn of phrase. No one's ever said this before. Like, why?
What was I drunk? What? It worked for Hemingway. Why isn't it working for me?
God damn it!
You know the old saying, right drunk, delete sober.
It's because you don't have enough six-toed cats. That's why.
Yeah.
That was the secret. It was the booze, but also the cats. They worked in tandem. The cats wrote most of this stuff.
And you just revealed to me another quirk about Gil. Thank you very much.
And he also shot Ernest Hemingway.
He did, yes. And Vincent Van Gogh. He has been busy for someone with half a brain cell.
A serial killer time traveling cat. All right, I know what my first chapter is about.
Oswald 2, Electric Boogaloo. I find dialogue tags. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say it right here, right now, in front of God and everybody. I hate speaker tags.
Yeah.
And I blame Raymond Carver, I think is his name, because it was the first book of short stories I had ever bought outside of like having to buy it for college. And I was like, I'm going to read legit short stories on my own volition. And he had a whole page, and it was a man sitting in his pickup talking to a little boy holding a fishing rod. And it literally was like, "You going fishing?" said the man. "Yeah," said the boy. "Got bait?" said the man. "Yeah," said the boy. And it was back, and I was like, I don't give a shit anymore. I
know who they are.
Yeah, and no one just stands there and talks statically. People move around. People do things. Yeah. So instead of speaker tags, like I'll use action. Like Caitlin Rogers, I put my hand up. That's me. So you know her name's Caitlin Rogers. She said that's me. Like if you give them something to do, name drop, that's fine. Like, yeah, of course I use he said, she said, they said, asked. I use the appropriate word if I'm going to. Raymond Carver, take notes if you're not dead. I don't know. But he never said asked or exclaimed or hyperventilated or anything. He said. I'm like, Who
And
can?
the thing about speaker tags is that they are so open to interpretation. So many people have different, passionate views on them. I think that for me, mixing and matching is best. You've got, Frankie's point where you do the action, which I like a lot. I raise my hand and then you get the speaking, who's speaking. Um, Something interesting that a lot of older writers did is that like the he screamed or he I'm trying to think of other examples. Um, I can only think of the word. Oh God, we're gonna get struck. So you know how J.K. Rowling used the term ejaculate?
Ejaculated
Yeah, yeah.
in a
Okay,
children's book.
glad that was all my mind was going to. I was just like, you gotta say a different one, but you can't. So that one. But a lot of old writers didn't used to do that. Like talking about Hemingway, he only used said. I mean, he didn't use it for everything. He didn't do it. Everything had a dialogue tag, but he never did stuff like whispered or murmured or muttered. It was just he said, she said, they said. And I did admire that because he mixed it in with action. It wasn't just every single piece of dialogue had a tag. It was a smattering of both.
Because there's something to be said for speaker tags. Sometimes they're just standing there. They really are. A person can sometimes just freeze, like, the fuck did you just do? What you said? But for two people to talk for 2 to 3 pages, and it just be he said, she said, it works your nerves. It gets too repetitive, and it really, to me, it hurts the story. But yeah, there. You made me think about the. I watch a lot of Smosh things, and what was his name? Spencer Agnew was talking about he was reading, the guy Benedict Cumberbatch played him.
Sherlock.
Yeah, he was reading Sherlock Holmes, and
Smaug or
like
Sherlock, either one.
he was a gay fellow and queer to be sure. Like we don't say those things anymore. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. She didn't hear me call him a guest. I see we have a special guest entering.
Yes.
Hello.
You can say hi, Liam.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hello. Oh, it froze in the cutest little picture of you and him, just like, oh, it was so cute. Hold on,
Sarah, while you were gone, we were discussing positive and negative dialogue tags, like yelled, screamed, whispered, murmured, and both Frankie and I could not help but come back to the fact that J.K. Rowling used the phrase "ejaculated" when she was saying, like, it was someone saying something, but she used the term. Yeah, it was.
Oh look,
It
she
was
has
an
a baby
experience.
too. You see the baby?
Hey, Frankie, why do you have that?
My grandpa got him. I don't know why. And my aunt had him. And she's like, you want a baby? And I was like, sure. And this is my boy.
All right.
Say hi, boy. Hi, boy.
He looks very, very unimpressed.
Don't do that. Don't smoke.
No, I also agree with the speaker tag. Like one thing that I specifically remember from Nick Maneri's class was him just hounding that we should not be using a bunch of different speaker tags, especially if it's that there's an adverb in it, or if you're growl okay.
They're always
growling a sentence.
Unless he's a werewolf.
They just by definition they growl everything. No, that's a really good one. The adverb thing was great because that's exactly what a lot of my professors said. No matter what, you don't really want to rely on adverbs. They're great in a pinch, but I try to avoid them as much as possible in dialogue or dialogue tags too.
I remember my friend Abby, who had her baby, by the way. Congratulations, Abby, and her
baby cast.
Um, like she wrote some stuff on one of my papers, and she circled every adverb on the page, and she was like, "So many ly words." All right, I won't use them no more.
Everyone needs to hear it at a certain point. Like
she was the same one. We shared an affinity for the Mighty Boosh and Russell Brand and No Fielding and stuff like that. And one of my characters' names was Russell in a story I wrote. And the whole class got really bogged down on one specific thing. And like she writes on the side of the thing, it's just a cape. What the fuck? Like, she's like, can we move on? There's like 8 pages of story left. But yeah, no, like, and that comes down to line editing, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I feel like I like a good adverb where it's necessary. Like I think I used a couple in this story. I said something like, I don't even remember. Now I gotta find it.
Oh, no pressure. Well, see, theirs is a narration, and in a certain sense, they're like you said, they have their place. It's not all adverbs are evil. I do find they work well with like imperative statements where it's like you should do this quickly, or whatever. It's a time and place kind of situation.
Yeah, like whenever I said disgustingly memorably full.
Exactly. Yeah. Great list.
Yeah, but like saying things like she loudly said, like, okay, shouted.
She said
even hollered.
And I get it.
Right. Right. Or she said softly. Okay, like she whispered it.
What did she do?
Yeah, like there's so many other like actions that could be used in place of the adverbs, especially in speaker tags.
Yeah.
I will say, I hope I don't make any enemies when I say this, but I am not a fan of the all caps to show yelling.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, me either.
Why are we trying to make the exclamation point unemployed? Like he has a job. Let him do it.
Visually, it frightens me.
Yeah.
I think for things like if it's a sign and you're like you do that thing where they edit in a little sign like how the letters look, that's okay. But like I think it again, Nick Maneri, who we really need to get on the show, by the way.
Oh my god. I would fangirl so hard.
Oh my god. Nick, is it you? How's your dad? Still coaching at LSU? But like I lost my train of thought. Oh, he was like, when you put the all caps on a page, it kind of draws your reader to the all caps, and they tend to jump stuff, and that made perfect sense to me. Like, why though? Why we got to do the screamy part out loud? Like, just say he yelled.
You can even use italics if you want. It's great.
Right.
That I disagreed with him on because he did say he didn't like italics. But I recently was like, you know what? I'm not in college anymore. I don't have to follow those rules.
I can do what I want.
Yeah, I learned them. I can break them. Fuck him.
Sometimes you need emphasis.
JK, love you, Nick.
It's the same thing with like, and I think Nick Maneri had taught us this too, like using double exclamation points or bangs. Or like, it's just ugly.
The question and the exclamation point at the same time. I catch myself doing it. I'm like, no, it's just a question.
Yeah,
You can give her something to do, like panic, fret, run around, throw her hands in the air, kiss her on ass. I don't know.
Shout the question, like.
It's interesting because it seems like different publishing houses have different in-house rules for that kind of stuff. Because I definitely have seen printed stuff with an exclamation and a question mark. I don't like it personally, but I have definitely seen the all caps. But yeah, it seems like there's different rules for different houses.
Yeah.
Which I do believe I've read a book that was self-published, but they didn't edit it. I've probably talked about it before. I am a big Umbrella Academy fan, and when I found out there was a novelized version, I don't want to say it's fan fiction, but it kind of is. And they have a blurb at the front. It's like Elliot Page gave us pointers on how to talk about Victor because the character does come out as trans between seasons 2 and 3, and is he him for the remainder of the show in season 3. And so even though the story happens when they're all 17 years old, and the show happens when they're in their early to late 30s, which poor Five, he was in his 60s, but I digress. Watch the show, it's great. They still refer to Victor as Victor and he and him in the 17-year-old version. But that's not a problem for me. That I understand, because not only did the character come out, the actor came out as trans, fully transitioned. Support him. Mwah! Chef's kiss. Fantastic. What pissed me off, this they use speaker tags, a lot of them, but there is a line. There's a character, Bianca. She first off, she asked a question, and the whole paragraph is one line. It says, Bianca said, and she asked the questions. Bianca said, it used the same speaker tag incorrectly around the same sentence. I'm like, I got to DM Elliot and be like, hey, get your fucking name off this book, babe. You may never see this. I kind of hope you don't ever see this, but please get your name off that goddamn book.
That's awesome. Hey, if you ever... Sarah, go on.
I was just going to say, I don't understand how someone can willingly publish a book without editing, killing themselves editing it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I finished Mardi Gras 20,000 words ago. I could have put that turd on the internet and just let people fucking have it. But I didn't. I'm editing. I'm doing what I gotta do. And some people are just like, I know some English, and they publish. And like, could you try another language maybe when you don't know? It might be better. Have you thought about Sanskrit? How do you feel about Reed's play?
Hey, I'll say, I know this might not be the example to use since it does have the double speaker tags, but if you ever feel bad about something being fan fiction, don't feel too bad. So is Paradise Lost.
It is?
I mean, it's just biblical fan fiction.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the Bible about like anything about the fall. Same with Dante's Inferno, two of the biggest, most well-known classical pieces of literature. It's just fan fiction.
Yeah.
Hey, 50 Shades of Grey is fan fiction to fan fiction.
That's fair.
I'm pretty sure Twilight was she was fell asleep in a Harry Potter marathon, woke up and was like, I'm going to do a novel.
I do want to make the argument that Dante's Inferno is the best type of fan fiction, though, because it involves a guy that puts literal popes in hell. And popes, not only dead popes that are still alive. The pope, the man that was pope when Dante wrote his Inferno is in hell. And he's like, yeah, it's just my soul's here kind of saving my place.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Pope, I wrote something you might want to read.
It's fantastic. He uses that a hit list of
peruse.
Not He's and you're in hell, and you're in hell.
His neighbor whose dog keeps shit on his lawn is like, this is a great book. Why am I here? Dante, I was thinking about these edits, man. Just the Pomeranian. Calm down, my guy.
Dante, love the Inferno. Purgatorio, also great. Why are there so many spheres in heaven, though? All you do is talk about spheres.
I really need to get Victor on the podcast so you and him can nerd out.
Me and Sarah's just gonna kick back with popcorn, and now the boys are going to history.
Episode of season 2.
It's gonna be a 3-hour-long episode of just.
We didn't even get a quarter of the way through what we wanted to talk about.
They leave us and start their own podcast.
A rival podcast.
But that's okay. We get to keep Liam. You guys can go talk nerdy. We get to keep Liam.
I mean, logistically, I probably could. I was going to say, logistically, I could probably send Victor to get Liam at some point. But
just have a little meeting before the show. Viewership is down, man. We're down to 13.75 listeners. Get the baby. But yeah, proofreading is a must. I used to say, oh, I can't proofread my own stuff because I wrote it. How the fuck am I supposed to edit this? And then I went back and reread something that I'd already turned in. I was like, I'm mentally deficient. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I am a strickler for the there, and I use the wrong there 8 different times. There's only 3 theres. How did I fuck up this bad? And I go back to class, and Nick is like, I don't know why. I don't know why we paid Nichols. We should have just paid Nick.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Nick and Kathy Connor.
Yeah. And the Riot. The Riot did a good job, too. I loved her class, too. I only took her for the practicum. The one where you got to write the capstone paper?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it was a fun class.
I took Jay Udall for that.
I had Udall. Yeah. I liked him for poetry. He was fantastic for poetry. But the day we had the tornado, like, I stayed home because I looked out the window and I was like, fuck that. My mom went to class and she was in Jay Udall's class. And, like, they're all in the hallway of Ellender. Mm-hmm. Not Ellender, the big... it was under the Pelche. That's it. They're on the hallway of Pelche. He's going outside going, look, a tornado's like, get your Yankee ass back in his goddamn building. You fucking hippie.
I was in French that day, and my French teacher was like, okay, that's fine. There's going to be a tornado. We're going to go have class in the hallway then.
Yeah.
And he made us bring our books and everything into the hallway and speak French in front of random people. And
holy shit!
If we weren't responding.
Parlez-vous français? No, I shit myself. I'm going home.
How do you say, I'm scared?
I am, how do you say, fucking petrified?
How do you say, I am scared? I don't know. It's probably something bullshit like I have fear. I don't know.
Hey, could have been worse. Could have been German. Hageflagge, hagemlaga, hagedagadagen. That means, I took a FIPS class once, and we were talking about how English is a Germanic language. Because, like, we'll say a bottle of fingernail polish. And the word for a bottle of fingernail polish in German is like, Ugen, Floggen, Ha, Flosk, they polish the fingers and all kind. Like, he started at one end of the classroom, is writing it on a chalkboard, not very big. He gets halfway through the fucking board. I'm like, now you're just making up letters. Like, he goes, yes, I am.
If you think that German is a terrifying language, look at some Welsh words.
Hey, Russian in cursive. They're not writing a fucking thing. They're just doodling.
Cyrillic.
They got hieroglyphics going. The fuck does that say? I miss the old days when horse was spelled 4 legs, body, head. But yeah, we had a really good season, guys.
We did.
It was fun.
I'm proud of us.
We made
28 episodes in the can.
Right? And if we do the math, that's roughly a day and a half. Roughly. Very roughly. I'm also an English teacher.
Roughly, I'm not a mathematician.
Yeah. I ain't no mathematician, but we have done... Every episode came out to over an hour. Like today's, we're already at 124, I believe, right now. I may do some editing on this one. I don't know. But like...
No, it's all gold.
Yeah. But like, I am proud of all of us. Patrick, this was my first time ever meeting you.
Hey, and now we know each other for 28 episodes.
Right?
Yeah.
Patrick just like sends an email like, hey guys, that was torture. I'm not.
Hey, if I don't like doing something, I just don't do it. So.
Yeah. That's your prerogative. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I love all 15 and a half of our listeners.
Hell yeah.
We do.
And the next big thing that we're doing is we're going to be publishing our work.
Woo! We are going to take the next few weeks off, do some editing and fun stuff. I will send you guys a thingy so that we can like get it all in one space and like
Okay.
actually, like workshop it, because we do have actually. He started off strong in the beginning. We did have a community member who wrote a few things. Frank D. Nicola actually, so he'll have some stuff in there too. I'll have to email him as well, but we can spend the next few weeks just like looking at pieces, commenting, editing, doing the things you do.
Cool.
But yeah, this has been one hell of a ride. Next season, we're gonna have a special guest. I'm hoping it's okay for me to drop this now and she doesn't change her mind. But I spoke with Dr. Catherine Connor, and she said she's down to clown once the semester's over. So our first episode, we may have a guest. She's gonna come in.
Season 2,
right? She's gonna come in with her high heels clacking, going, "I have a PhD, you little shits," and then we're gonna have to stop because we've reached the pinnacle of awesomeness.
Yeah, and then Patrick's gonna be able to finally meet the woman that we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Well, lady, I'm a legal assistant, so
I don't give a shit.
I built a fence.
Like, we're writing a book, and I'm building a fence.
There's more.
Well, all right, Patrick, sign us off, my guy.
Right. It has been a fun 28 episodes of season 1. I have been Patrick Caleri.
I have been almost every episode Frankie Valentine.
Almost.
And I have been every episode except for the one that Patrick, kicked us out of because we were ghosts. Sarah Billia, and I have Liam here with me.
Liam! Yay!
And we will see you guys mid to late May, depending on timing.
Just hang on to your butts. We'll be there.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.